Welcome back to The Rundown. It's Monday, February 19th, President's Day. Speaking of presidents, we have this rundown brought to you by High Noon, and the El Prez pack is here, featuring the top 4 High Noon vodka seltzer flavors as ranked by El Prez himself. They are passion fruit, pineapple, pear, and an all-new flavor, tangerine, all made with real vodka and real juice. This 12-pack is only here for a limited time, so get it while you can. Just look for the pack with Dave's face on it. We've got one right here. There he is.
Being very handsome.
You can even scan the QR code on the pack and have El
look,
Prez.
it shows right up to your party. You can do it like that, take a picture, it's perfect.
Rico's got Dave on his phone right there.
Come on, pal.
And he'll join virtually your party. Visit highnoonspirits.com to find the El Prez pack nearest you and enjoy. All right, guys, there we go.
Yeah, I'll get him with Tommy.
Yeah, we
dream.
We just tried it with Dave.
Get him with John
and he
Rich.
showed right up.
There it is, look.
People want Dave on the rundown.
Rich,
Dave's on the rundown.
There he is.
Right there. There you
Yeah. We had the All-Star game this weekend last night. Yeah, not great.
Art noise.
It was out of Indianapolis. Larry Bird said he thought that what I would really like to see is that they play hard tonight in this All-Star game. When you have the best players in the world together, you got to compete. Of course, it's not exactly what happened.
I equated this to a substitute teacher being like, there's no goofing around today. To a group of middle schoolers. Like, okay, pal.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. The East went on to win the game 211 to 185, and there was zero defense played the entire game. The over hit by more than 30 points. Damian Lillard won the MVP. Karl Anthony Towns had 50 points.
50 and a loss is crazy.
Yeah, pretty much what we
Their
expected.
team scores 185.
It's kind of
They can't make it high enough.
frustrating to watch, I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, even the dunk contest thing, they've done all the dunks.
Right.
It's really.
I wrote a blog Saturday morning. It was like, I miss caring about All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
Because as a little kid, like, it was the best. It was like this content. There used to be a thing on Inside Stuff. They had the mascots doing dunk contest. Like, you just ate it up.
Yeah.
You knew all the players. Like, you were amazed by dunks, 3 points. Like, you didn't get to see these guys a lot.
I thought
Like,
the
now
three-point
it's like-
contest was all right.
It was all right.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's-
almost become a little bit more exciting. But the peak dunk contest for me as a kid was Nate Robinson when he dunked over Dwight Howard. You had Blake Griffin and the
Vince,
Kia.
yeah. Although, I got to shout out my guy, Skywalker, Chris Lowry, who I played high school with. Chris Lowry dunked over an actual car on ESPN City Slam. Blake Griffin only went over the hood. My guy went over the straight up hood of the car. I'm sorry, went straight over the middle. Straight up middle of the car.
He did?
He did. We can run, I don't know if we're allowed to run that clip. I'll run it.
The dunk contest was won by G-Leaguer Mac McClung.
Which is a scam, too.
Second year in a row.
G-Leaguers in this thing.
Huge win for men when Steph Curry beat the WNBA player.
Yeah.
Point contest.
I have
Kenny
to
won't
say,
tell you about that.
Kenny Smith was
Sabrina,
taken.
I thought she did a very good job.
Oh, she did.
I couldn't believe
Curry
she
did
made as
better.
many as she did. Yeah, Curry did better, but he had to try.
It's true.
He had to really ball.
He shot from the men's line, too.
He had to outscore all the other men who in the three-point contest, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't 26 the score that they all got, and then had to go to like a tie break?
I think so, yeah.
And so that's what she had as well.
Kenny
Anyway.
Smith was taking a little bit of a beating because he said she shot with the women's ball. It's like, well, what the fuck do you expect? She shot from the men's line.
Yeah.
Like,
I think shooting with the women's ball is totally fine, but I do think shooting from the men's line was the right move because
the
that
women's
takes
ball,
away
it really comes down to physics. Like, unless you're like the woman from fucking Trunchbull from Matilda.
Matilda.
Like, you naturally have smaller hands. So
right,
like,
and I don't
smaller
think
ball. I don't have
if
a
you
problem.
gave Steph Curry the option, he probably wouldn't shoot with the women's ball because
No.
he's like, I'm used to the men's ball.
Agreed,
Like,
yeah.
I think it's much easier to make a women's ball because the ball is smaller, so a small ball and a larger hole makes it easier. Small ball, large hole.
Yeah, I think so. By physics, yeah.
Is that right?
I think so.
I don't
It's
know.
easier to put a tennis ball through than a beach ball, right?
Yes.
Maybe.
That's a good question.
Would
I
it bounce more off the rim because it's lighter?
I don't know.
Probably not.
We don't know this. We don't know. Tiger Woods withdrew from the Genesis Invitational at
Wait, one more thing
Riviera.
on the All-Star. I really don't think there's any fix either.
I don't think so.
Any what?
There's no fix to All-Star Weekend. Like, they're going to keep doing the game. Nobody's going to care. And Larry Bird, like, I love Larry Bird, but Larry Bird thinking people are going to be like, oh, okay, old timer.
Yeah.
Like, that's just.
Unless you give it stakes, like the MLB All-Star Game worked for
Yeah.
so long because it was winner host the World Series, which is like, I don't think anybody wants. I just don't know how you make people care.
The dunk contest was so bad, they took it away for a period of time.
I think, I mean, it's probably still like a huge ratings draw on Moneymaker, but I do think if you took the dunk contest away for 3 to 5 years and it came back, the excitement when it comes back would be probably give it that much needed like.
Yeah, but it's admitting it's flawed too.
You know what I think one of the problems was that all of these guys from Team Flight Brothers and that City Slam, they all started going viral doing dunks that were so much more impressive than, because that's all they do.
Yep.
And so we started getting accustomed to seeing 360 through the legs dunks when, you know, that should be a dunk that would theoretically win. I mean,
Yeah, you've seen a lot of them.
Toppin did that dunk, and he got like a 48.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought that was
desensitized.
That should be the best dunk. Yeah.
I thought the McClung double clutch.
Yeah, that was great.
Sick.
That was cool.
But it is like after it's like, nice. But it's just like, you know, people used to get up and be like, it's over, ladies and gentlemen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Like, I feel like it's just that fire is gone.
It's gone. Tiger Woods withdrew from the Genesis Invitational due to fever and dizziness. He wasn't feeling well. He was treated with an IV bag. Midway through the second round of the Invitational on Friday, Tiger experienced flu-like symptoms. He was two over par for the tournament at the time and left Riviera in an ambulance. Everyone was scared. I was scared. Doctors say his withdrawal was not due to any physical symptoms and was only due to the flu. This was only the 6th PGA Tour start Tiger's had since he broke his legs in that car accident. And he's only made the cut and finished a full 72 holes twice. Rico, your thoughts?
Yeah, is Tiger Woods going to go, like him not breaking the record, going to go down as one of the biggest
Chokes? Or
Yeah, I don't want to say chokes because it's impressive that he won so many matches, but like it was a certainty. So when did he have? He's had 14. What does he have now? 14 or 15? And he just got the Masters. It's actually remarkable.
He got the Masters in 2019.
It's remarkable that he won that Masters, but before that, it was a long period of time that he didn't win.
Yeah, that was because his
and you thought for sure it was going to be
scandal.
like.
Oh, it was 08.
Oh,
back
good.
pain.
Yeah.
His back
2019.
pain.
I mean, he's won one in the last 15 years. Right?
Just get his Wikipedia, I guess.
Yeah, unless you want to manually count these up.
Do you guys think that when they unplugged the IV from Tiger, someone said, "I guess the cat's out of the bag"?
That's good.
You like that?
That's good.
How about that?
I like that one.
Adding a little humor to the rundown.
A sick tiger in Genesis. What is this? Noah's Ark?
Wow.
That was a tweet I saw.
Not bad.
I did not take
oh,
credit
come
for
on,
that.
Tommy.
It
You're
was a
ripping
tweet
other
I
people's
saw.
jokes.
I was a tweet. I no, not ripping. I gave it credit immediately.
Ah,
So here,
don't
so
do
go to
that.
his majors.
It was the U.S. Open, I think, in what 2010, 2019, 2009. But
Zoom in on it.
And then
How is it taking
So, all right.
15 wins? 15.
So there. So okay, 15, right? His last one was in 07. And look at that.
No, 2019.
2008 U.S.
Where?
Open.
Oh, 08. Okay. So
Where he
look at
beat
that.
Rocco.
Look at that run. Rocco Mediate.
Yep.
In a playoff when he was fucked up too. His leg was hurt that day.
Yeah.
But then look at that run. Like he was still good.
Yeah.
So from 09 to like, let's say even 2015.
Yeah, that was
those
that-
6 years. You would have thought.
No,
he would've
that's
got
when
one or
he
two, you
when
know?
he got his fall from grace. All
Yeah,
those
I know.
all the scandal.
It
Yeah.
really is crazy how much that cheating on his wife just ruined his career.
I mean, this
What?
run is insane, dude. Like it's 2000 he won he won 3 out of 4. It's just whatever. It's remarkable that he didn't break the record because he had it in hand.
Oh, it was in the bag.
Crazy.
Cat was in the bag.
Yeah. Well, that's brought to us by SimpliSafe. When you love someone, you protect them in the best ways you can. That's why I recommend SimpliSafe Home Security. It's an advanced system that protects every inch of your home. Guy like Tommy, loved ones at home, doesn't want to have to defend them himself. SimpliSafe is a good solution. Backed by 24/7 with professional monitoring for fast emergency response for less than $1 a day. Tommy, I'm sure that's a small price to pay for you to not have to
$4 million a year.
For you to not have to defend your family. SimpliSafe is trusted by the experts. It was named the best home security systems of 2024 by U.S. News & World Report. SimpliSafe offers everything you need for whole home protection. HD cameras for indoors and outdoors, advanced motion sensors and entry sensors to protect doors, windows, and rooms, and a collection of hazard sensors that detect fire, flooding, and more. SimpliSafe is powered by 24/7 professional monitoring. So whenever your home is threatened, trained agents spring into action for emergency dispatch and response, all for under $1 a day. The system is easy to set up yourself without any special tools or know-how required. Don't want to do it yourself, Tommy? No problem. You can get one of their expert technicians to come to your house and install it for you. Plus, with the 60-day risk-free trial, you can, if you don't love your system, return it for a full refund. SimpliSafe even covers return shipping. Order now to get 20% off any new SimpliSafe systems with Fast Protect monitoring. Don't wait! Visit SimpliSafe.com/rundown. That's SimpliSafe.com/rundown. There's no safe like SimpliSafe. Rico, you seem like a guy who would want an intruder to try it.
Luckily, I don't have that problem with SimpliSafe.
That's right.
You know, they protect you right from the get-go.
Let's say that in a world where you didn't have SimpliSafe,
that is a.
Are you a guy who says, I wish they would?
Yeah, it seems like I've seen some TikToks. You ever seen the one where the guy sticks his hand in the mail slot and he tries to open the door, and the guy just he buries him with a fucking
Rico, do you
club.
Do you sleep with a can of Dave's High Noons under your pillow?
There's nothing.
Just in case.
There's nothing that
Just
guy
in
must.
case they try it.
The thrill that guy must have got from breaking his arm.
Imagine
must have
that.
been
My biggest fear as a high schooler was getting home from school and then getting robbed until we got SimpliSafe. And I feel like people will be like, oh. Sometimes people have an excuse to not lock the door because they're home. It's like, we don't need to lock the door. It's like, we're home. It's like, that's more of a reason to lock the door.
Right.
They could just come in and shoot you right between the eyeballs.
You ever get so paranoid that you pull knives out of the kitchen knife block?
Yes, many
I've done
times.
that.
And I have full-on escape route, hiding.
You ever think about what that would mean? That you actually have to stab someone?
I think I'd be able to. Not, I might not physically be able to,
Which
but
knife
mentally,
do you choose?
I'd live. The sharpest.
Do you know which one you're
knife.
sharp? Oh, okay. You don't just go with the biggest? I would go with the biggest.
Well, I guess
because I have a paring knife that's probably sharper than my bread knife, which is serrated and ridiculous.
I would rather not have to stab someone, which is why I got SimpliSafe.
My wife is a big I heard a noise, and you got to go run down and grab the bat out of that thing.
That I would just hide.
I heard a noise. You got to go check. I'm
All right.
already comfortable. You don't need that with SimpliSafe.
Well,
they alert you.
You know who would have no problem defending their family is Mark Zuckerberg.
I saw this.
Who went viral for this UFC video where he was, I guess, ringside. And we're going to get Robbie Fox, our resident mixed martial arts expert, in to sort of walk us through what happened here.
That was the worst clap on of all time. It made me feel worse about it. If you had just not clapped at all, I would have felt better.
I don't think you need to explain the video itself. It's Zuckerberg being awkward. But tell us why he's there.
Why is he there?
What I'm interested in.
Zuckerberg is full-on obsessed with MMA. He recently tore his ACL sparring. He is doing nothing but MMA to the point where Meta had to put out a statement to investors recently hey, just a heads up, he could die doing this. So
oh my God.
Oh, good for him.
He is obsessed. He really wants to actually fight.
Is this recent?
So this isn't even.
Obsessed?
This isn't even. He's not
because
just
he
doing
thinks
this
of-
to make himself look tougher anymore. We have to say at this
He's
point.
obsessed.
And what belt has he achieved? I know he's big on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
I don't know if we know that he's even a blue belt yet. That could take he's injured, so a blue belt could take a couple years to get to, depending on how often he's training.
What's the lowest belt? White?
White. You
And
start
then
with white, you get a
blue?
couple stripes, then blue, brown, purple, black, flipped purple. And
He's a blue.
there.
He's a blue belt.
Blue belt. All right, so blue
Is he
belt.
afraid of the
pretty good then.
Winklevosses coming after him?
He could probably take 2 Winklevosses at once now.
You think
Yeah.
so?
No.
They're big.
Yeah, they're big guys.
They're big guys. They'd grab their paddle.
Let me ask you this.
We
Mash him
joke
over the
about the
head with it.
Elon fight, but I think he would fuck Elon up.
Oh, for sure.
Let me ask you this. It just hit me. When you were a kid and it was oh yeah, because my brother went to school with a kid who could walk under these fucking cameras.
Oh,
by the time he was 13. He was fucking like small.
What does that mean? Well, oh, okay. He was short.
Small, yeah. He could walk under the cameras.
yeah.
He's small.
by the time
He was
13.
big into karate, so it was like, oh, don't mess with Andrew. He's in karate. Does anybody really know kids who translated karate to like actual tough guy skills in real life?
There's not a ton of karate fighters in the UFC. There are a couple.
No,
Stephen
yeah, but
Wonderboy
just growing up,
Thompson and-
like
No, I don't
like
know
oh, he's
that
into,
many-
like kids had black belts in karate. It's like you still like poke them over. I feel like karate's kind of like.
I feel like it's almost more like mental discipline, karate, maybe.
Oh yeah, we all learned pretty.
I think
quickly.
karate's like fugazi. I think they go there, they maybe do a couple different things. I
couple
think the
boards.
board's already brokeable.
Fouls.
They get some
Foul a lot.
cupcakes, and they like just grunt a lot. I don't think karate's like real deal.
So there is a Zuck
Okay.
curse in the UFC, though. He's becoming the new Drake in a way.
Oh,
He went to an event
So
recently.
he's the fattest fucking biggest cock of all time.
yeah,
I don't know. It wasn't that fat.
Oh yeah, long.
more long,
Long
yeah.
ass cock in LAC.
But Zuck rented out the entire
all
UFC
George.
Apex for him and his wife to watch this girl, Mackenzie Dern.
Mm-hmm.
She's 0-2 since then. He's been at both of the fights, and his two training partners, quote unquote, Israel Adesanya and Volkanovski, both are winless since training.
Oh no, damn. He trains with Zuckerberg.
They heard when they were trying to like put that Elon Musk fight together,
Yeah.
that was happening, and they were like, "We would love to train with you." And I think he went down to Australia and like sparred with them a little bit. They went on a boat. They went swimming together. I think they are actually like kind of friendly at this point
Why did he walk out with this guy?
because this is one of the guys that he was training with.
Oh, got it.
So they've been talking, and it's funny. There's a couple videos of them backstage, but they all cut off in like 2 seconds. I assume because Zuck is just so awkward, he doesn't want those videos out there.
Yeah, right. Okay, Rob, question for you. You got a guy, Rico's 12-year-old friend who knows karate.
Yeah.
Walk underneath those cameras.
You said
I don't know. Like, just think about it. Like, in karate, it's just a bunch of bullets. It's like, nah, nah. It's like, bang. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It seems like a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, exactly. Like, it seems like a bunch of bullshit.
Karate, though, if do right, no can defend.
so. You got that guy, and then you got Mark Zuckerberg.
Yep.
With
Fucking
his
robot.
blue belts and his, Meta headwear.
Yep.
And then you've got Rico with a full case of Dave's High Noons, like a big arsenal of.
I'd honestly take Rico.
If Rico could stay at range, I like.
pear and tangerine. Who are you taking in that fight?
I like Rico if he could stay at range. That's the thing. I think if Zuckerberg gets a hold of Rico
Past
with
life.
a blue belt, he's going to spider monkey him and he'll climb and have him in a pretzel in 2 seconds. I actually want to fight Mark Zuckerberg. I think I'm the perfect opponent for him. I'm obviously going to be an easy win to pad his record. I'm the only guy that could maybe make him look tan, and I'll talk a bunch of shit in the lead up to it. I think me and Zuck is the fight to make.
Wow, you heard it here first.
Fox versus Zuckerberg.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
You guys would buy the pay-per-view.
Hell
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
good.
Why
Dave would be in your corner,
he
and
does it? Do you think it's just like a case of you get so rich and so successful where you're like, I have to tackle a new challenge? Like something that if you picked everything in the world that you were like, oh, Mark Zuckerberg wouldn't be good at that before this, you probably would have been like, oh, UFC fighting. And he was
Yeah.
like, all right, that's my new challenge. I'm
It
just gonna
humbles
do
you,
that.
you know? Like
Yeah.
getting on the mats and immediately being the worst guy in the room. Maybe that is something he was.
Yeah, that's just a drive that I don't have. I would never do something if I was
you
going to be
see
bad
it like
at
that at rich people though. Like Tiger Woods almost derailed his career, truthfully, because he was obsessed with being a Navy
Being
SEAL.
a Navy SEAL, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you see it all. I don't know, guys like just get. Oh, I got really into this. I got really into hot yoga. Like this. I don't know. It's just kind of like a rich guy thing.
Cold plunges.
The thing that I'm surprised with.
I got really into wine.
Yeah.
And dressing nice.
That is not derailing my career. It's just derailing my financial future.
The thing I'm surprised is with these guys when Zuckerberg was trying to get in, like, hey, can I train with you? Like, why didn't they demand massive payouts? Like the guy's got
To train
endless.
with Zuck?
Yeah, Zuckerberg wants in on the cool kid club. You
Right.
own the ability. They all should have colluded together and been like, okay, $5 million just to train with us, and then like whatever, because you know he's got endless money.
It's
They
like
should have
that
bled him
scene
dry.
in,
You know what I mean?
Funny People, when Adam Sandler hires the band players to jam with him, and has to keep paying them to extend their session.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
Basically what Zuck is doing with a bunch of UFC fighters. But
Right.
they're getting publicity.
Was Funny
from
People
it.
good?
It is a very good movie. I would recommend.
Underrated, I would say.
Yeah.
I think it was marketed to the point where everyone thought it was like a laugh out loud comedy the whole time. It was kind of serious.
It's quite
Sandler,
sad and deals with
Yeah, I
mortality
refuse to
and-
ever see it because it seems too sad.
But Sandler's
Oh,
good
you
in
can
those.
have
I wish it makes you think
funny
all the
Not like click sad.
the serious movies that Sandler has done makes you wonder why he didn't do more.
What is it? Rain on Me?
Rain
Yeah.
on Me,
Crazy
Punch
one.
I mean,
Drunk
Click
Love.
is comedy though, inherently, I would say.
Yeah, but Click's
But
not a
Click gets
serious
pretty
movie.
fucking sad.
Click still.
It does
yeah,
get
but
very
it's not-
sad, but-
it's not uncut gems. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would have liked to see Sandler like do a little bit of Jim Carrey. Everyone's like how well Jim Carrey didn't do as many. I'm trying to think of a comedian that.
Eternal Sunshine.
Truman Show.
Maybe like a little bit more Robin Williams-esque. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Bob Fox. We'll see if we can get that Zuckerberg fight on the books.
Karate's bullshit.
Reach out to our people. The point was, by the way, that Zuckerberg. What was the deal with the T-shirt passing? I kind of missed that.
I didn't really get that part.
Big Cat had a funny tweet about it. I didn't get it. There have been 9 kids expelled from one school due to a mom with an OnlyFans. OnlyFans model Michelle Klein, mother of 2 at Liberty Christian Prep School, was discovered by students due to an OnlyFans decal on the back of her car. I've seen this picture. The sticker. It's the largest sticker I've ever seen. What were you going to say?
Just like the least like incognito, like the.
Yeah.
Like, or if you're clearly not trying to keep that a secret.
No.
Yeah.
She's driving through the student pickup line at peak hours.
Does she have that next to like baby on board?
Yeah.
Careful while driving.
My student's an honor student. Yeah.
Wait. Give me that. Go back to that.
There
real
it
quick.
is.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous.
It's huge. Piper Fawn is her handle on OnlyFans.
Wait, go back to the recap real quick. So there's a question I have on this. Since students have noticed the decal, 9 students, 2 of them being their own kids, have been expelled from the school for either looking at the profile or talking about the account. If her 2 kids looked at this account, that's fucking weird.
I feel like
I guess
they probably
would fall
were
under
talking.
They probably
Talking about
punched
it?
someone in the face.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
saying, "Hey, I cranked my dong to your mom last night."
And
You
also,
are an
like,
awful mother. Like, wouldn't it be on OnlyFans as a mom, whatever? But to fucking put it on as on a billboard in the pickup line is
You're an
crazy.
idiot.
You're asking for your kids,
especially
to
like a Christian prep school. Also, these kids' group chats are slacking. Only 9?
By the way,
That's only 9 that got caught.
this mother Michelle received a letter from the school a few weeks later after all of this.
school
That
would've
said
found out about
pornography is a
this.
sexual sin that destroys lives and breaks up marriages. Young men are especially vulnerable. We asked you to remove the advertisement on park off site. We hoped this loving confrontation would cause you to reconsider and repent of these sins.
I mean, that's a fair. It's worded gay, but that's a fair ask.
What happened?
Take that OnlyFans decal off the car at an elementary school. I think is a completely fair ask.
Apparently, she does all of her work on there with her husband, and says, "I don't understand why this is a problem. I'm doing the same thing every other married woman does. I'm just adding a camera."
Not every married woman, not my wife.
Tommy, classic. That is an interesting story. I don't know how you can expel all those kids. I guess maybe if they're looking at the OnlyFans on school property. You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Because you
Passing it around in class.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let this be a lesson to you kids out there. Incognito browser.
Yeah. Jerk off at home.
A woman was scammed for $50,000 by a fake CIA agent. I tried to read some of this article, and it said it was a 36-minute read.
A lot of bullet points here.
She's a journalist from a website called The Cut.
moron.
She received a call from Amazon saying that there was $8,000 of unexpected activity on her account. Then she was transferred to an FTC agent who said her personal info was linked to an ongoing case, and 22 bank accounts, 9 vehicles, and 4 properties were registered to her name. Then transferred to a CIA agent who could promise he could make her money safe. Agent promised her blah, 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 on and on and on. I don't think we need to break this all down. John Rich, you want to give us the last most important bullet points? She had to take $50,000 out of her savings, put it in a shoebox, and hand it through a car window
Oh my God.
to a guy.
This lady's a moron.
All of this, and
a
then
journalist,
she
too.
wrote an article saying, I realized that it probably seems like I should have sensed that this was a problem, but I didn't.
I'm gonna go dark here. Should you know how we said rich people get bored? Zuckerberg's doing this. Should rich people almost have a contest of scammers?
Like what?
So you pulled this off. This guy's now the leader in the clubhouse. Not only does he get the $50K from the woman that he stole, he's leader. For
You're
the
saying-
prize
you're
for the
saying-
year to win $1 million.
You're saying rich people should have a contest to scam the public.
No,
It's called Congress.
They should. They should. This should almost be like, this is. I know it's wrong, but the fact that this guy got the $50K Even like I think even when he was driving up, he was probably like, "There's no fucking
Yeah, or she can't be
like
this.
the cops are gonna be there, but it's worth it to me. It's $50K. Like, all right, it changed my life. Whatever, it is what it is." Even when he was driving up, like I actually think this guy should be rewarded. Like,
I kind of
if you
agree.
can get somebody to this degree to like do it to you, like that's crazy.
That's not bad. But you said he's a rich person. We don't know that
No.
he's been that successful.
I'm saying
at
a
this.
rich person, like how rich people get. paid
Oh, I
hobbies.
see what you're saying.
Like.
Got it.
Yeah,
Like,
this is
imagine, like Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, and like fucking Mark Cuban, being like, all right, what's your like in a text thread? What's your leader at? Oh, my guy got $50K off whatever. Another guy stole lottery tickets.
Yeah.
He got this like, and he just have a fucking clubhouse of
Yeah, that's not
This
bad.
this story to me, the scammer is the hero and she's the villain. He's
Yes.
this brilliant
You're
mind,
that dumb.
and
That's what I'm
she's a
saying.
moron.
Yeah, the people who
Yeah.
can pull this off should be rewarded, or it's at least impressive.
Yeah. What's the most scary sort of scam? Have you guys ever gotten a text or an email or
Yeah,
a call that
that
really worried you?
I think I got DMs the other day that a couple months ago, I could have been into a flight, like rewards program or something like that. The kid said he worked for a flight thing, and they have miles, and they put you into this thing, and you can get a certain amount of whatever. And then I Googled it, and it's like, whatever. But I was close.
I just never believe anything. If it's a call, I just hang up. Email, don't open, text, whatever. And maybe I'm missing out on great opportunities to get rich quick, but I'd rather I feel like there's just no way.
I got the beginning of this scam. Somebody took there were like a couple $20 charges from some restaurant in Florida, and then they were actually like on my account, like in my checking,
In your account.
in my account. Like, so there were a couple charges, and then somebody called me saying they were either the bank or someone saying like, we have to take care of this, like give us some information. And then I realized that guy was scamming me.
Right.
So they try to they get like a little bit of money from you and then use that to leverage it.
I would, if someone calls like, hey, we're the bank, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to hang up and then I'm going to call the bank. Hang up and then I'll call Citibank, from there.
I'm concerned about my parents. I feel like they're not prepared for the.
My dad got recently. Not too bad, but like fake charges. And clicked on something.
My sister had something like a year ago that was crazy. So, somebody had a copy of her license or some shit, like tried to open a bank account somewhere with a different address. It was weird. And a guy contacted the detective on the case, like broke protocol and like contacted us to tell my sister that other people had the guy had a bunch of crimes against him or shit like that, which he probably shouldn't have done. But anyway, the guy looks on like Facebook and sees two mutual contacts, one of whom is a guy from the neighborhood that we know that was a police officer himself, and another one was a kid that went to the high school that my dad worked at. So the detective contacted that kid and told him all about it to then call my dad. So my dad gets the call from the kid, and he's just like, and he hated the kid anyway. So now the kid is trying to explain this elaborate scheme. He's like, it's a scam. He's like hanging up on the kid. But if you're the fucking detective, you wouldn't go to the fucking police officer to be like, hey, do you want to reach out? He went to a fucking 19-year-old kid. It was fucking bizarre.
Huh.
There's
Very
one more layer to this story too, that apparently I guess this is a popular scam, and there's an article in the National Review that is trying to call out this journalist for being full of shit, because the same thing has happened to other people, and they think she might be faking the whole thing for an article.
wow.
So that's another
That
layer.
wouldn't stun me.
Wow. Interesting.
Wait, but why would it happening to other people make it more of a? That almost, I feel like, adds legitimacy.
They just
you
think
gotta
she stole the
you gotta
She
story.
just stole the
You
story.
got to think, if you're at a place, right, and your career hasn't necessarily taken off, and you're like, let's say below average or even not that good, and you say, how can I get to the top or get headlines? Maybe you would create like a fake story of whether it's money being stolen, or let's say your boss asks you for gift cards or something like that.
I was wondering.
Maybe that would be like that motivation. You know what I mean? Like I could see it. If you're again like low level or a despicable human who makes interns go through the garbage cans to get their AirPods at maybe
Hypothetically.
like a golf event. Hypothetically, like I could see why you would need to be in the headlines with a fake story to jack yourself
About
up.
5 words into that, I was like, all right, I know where this is going. I don't know who's getting struck, but I know Rico's shooting.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
I could see it.
Lastly, the Angels.
I just hope that woman's company's stock doesn't get delisted from the stock exchange.
Is that a thing?
A company you'd never work for.
I would never go.
Never work
Never
for.
thought about it. I'd have come to Jesus moment.
Nice.
Or come to Allah for some.
Boy, this has been an incredible rundown from Rico. I have to say that this is the most I've seen you stretch your legs a bit. We've had a lot of.
They put me in the cage every once in a while.
You're giving us sort of personal anecdotes about family members.
Yeah, that was a crazy one.
I didn't know I didn't know any of that stuff, and it's good to hear you. Kind of.
He's barking.
Letting your teeth out a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
All right.
Okay.
Karma will get her.
Jesus Christ. The Anaheim Angels, Anthony
really
Rendon.
Yeah. I mean, nailed her Ben Simmons take.
What?
Nailed her Ben Simmons take.
Yeah.
Did you say that he was bad?
Yeah.
That was like, honestly, like 50% of the reason it doesn't work anymore is because she thought Ben Simmons was bad. Turned out to be an incredibly astute basketball observer.
Hey, listen, congrats to the Phoenix Suns for their title. There's no way that they were blowing a 2-0 lead.
I'm embarrassed. A lot of this is over my head because I wasn't here when she was here. But
I didn't say anybody. I was just talking about that journal.
What do you mean she?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
the Anaheim Angels, Anthony Rendon, says baseball is not his top priority. It's never been a top priority for me. This is a job. I do this to make a living. My faith, my family come first before this job. So if those things come before it, I'm leaving.
I kind of sneaky love this. I know we're supposed to get upset about this.
I like it too. What's wrong with it?
Like, fuck.
Why is this bad?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, why it's bad is he, I think, has a $250 million contract and has played maybe like 30 games over the last few years. So I could see if I was an Angel fan, like if he was on the Yankees and he said this, I would harass his family on social media.
He's making $38 million this year.
That was not intentional.
And the next year, and the next year.
The Angels just, they're always going to sign guys like this and be problematic, but.
Yeah. You guys are big baseball
Jacoby
fans.
Ellsbury was like this on the Yankee. He was like, yeah. Some guys are just like, you know what? I mean, I guess it makes, I think we assume, because they're a professional athlete, it's their whole life. But, a lot of people who have normal cube jobs or whatever, they're like, yeah, this is my fucking job,
Yeah.
There's a lot more to me, and some athletes are just wired that way too, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're
Big
usually
baseball.
not that good. I mean, they're good. I mean, obviously he was good for a while, but
I like baseball because it keeps radio relevant. I think there's something about being in the pool and hearing something and then turning it up a little bit, like doubling the gap.
John Sterling, Susan Waldman.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. John Sterling calls in the Kirk show a lot.
yeah, I've heard.
Oh, speaking of, I guess I shouldn't bring that up.
Why?
What?
Well, do we have a rat? Who do you think the rat is?
In terms of what?
Kirk has mentioned this rat before. Does someone keep feeding Kirk information?
Oh, we definitely have.
As they should. He's the skip.
I like Kirk.
Why? What? Something happened recently?
No, maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know why I said that.
I feel like I'm on the out.
You want to help me out here? Where
Got
are
to
we?
feed the boss.
Are you sending him privileged information?
No, he
That would
wasn't.
that would
on
assume
list.
that I
That's why he.
get privileged information.
Interesting. If I had privileged information, I would give it to Kirk, without even a hesitation. Anything to keep in good favor with him.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I don't know anything.
Yeah. I think he's less concerned with my information, more with my correct trivia question answers, which have been few and far in between. So.
Gotcha.
How are you guys in a good spot right now?
No, we're not great.
No,
right
like
now.
you and Kirk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suck at trivia, so it's not keeping him happy. Rightfully so.
I'm excited for the Unnamed podcast. Another episode on Thursday. Tune into that. And Mincy crowd surfing. Yeah.
Have you seen this?
I did.
time.
Everyone was giving him shit for going belly down. But
Well, that would have. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how. I don't know that I would have had the wherewithal to turn over onto my back.
I can't believe they did this so successfully.
I feel, but there's got to be somebody who just completely grabbed his nut.
Who's this band?
Widespread Panic. It's the only
Oh.
band he goes to see.
Cool.
Is it anybody else? Somebody else?
I also assumed it was Widespread Panic.
Pretty cool.
Crazy. Yeah, he's the king. I mean, he's
All right.
king of unintentional comedy.
That's Mincy. That's the rundown. Thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.